Sophie Cunningham shares what to expect in WNBA playoffs after police confrontation. When Indiana pulled off a classic David vs. Goliath triumph over Atlanta by 87-85, raw emotions were on display all over the Gateway Center arena. It started when Aliyah Boston drained the winning bucket, and the Fever bench erupted with joy. However, it was not a complete joyride for the visitors. During a crucial moment in the game, we saw yet another injury scare. And right on cue, enforcer Sophie Cunningham made her presence felt to the opponents. With just over 4 minutes remaining, the Fever bench got a minor scare. Odyssey Sims went down by Allisha Gray's foul, forcing an injury timeout, but the spotlight quickly shifted elsewhere. Cunningham, never one to shy away, marched to center court with Caitlin Clark right behind her to let opponents know what they did wrong. An Atlanta security officer intervened, gesturing for them to step back. Yet Cunningham held her ground before a brief exchange of words. While Fever has taken down Atlanta, Cunningham does not plan to turn down the heat moving into the semifinals. Hinting at what the Las Vegas Aces can expect from her during the semifinals, the Fever enforcer said, "I'm there just to kind of talk sums. To the refs, talk sums. To the other team, really pour into my teammates for real. Like I want them to be confident because that's when everyone's at their best, and it's just more fun, like we get to dribble basketball for a living, and so we embrace and enjoy where we're at." Earlier in Game 2 vs. Atlanta, it was Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham poking at the refs and opponents. The duo turned to the officials in unison, animatedly signaling what they believed was an obvious travel by an Atlanta player. So gear up, Fever fans. More moments like the Atlanta police confrontation might be there. Well, doing so is on brand for Sophie Cunningham. Everyone vividly remembers her act of defiance for Caitlin Clark against Connecticut on June 17. After that incident, Cunningham said she felt the referees had allowed rough play towards star players without adequate protection. She was very clear, then saying, "I'm going to protect my teammates. That's what I do." And that's what she plans to do, even though she'll be on the bench for the Las Vegas game. However, the Fever enforcer is optimistic that her team can take down the Aces because history is on their side, no matter the Aces' 17-17 game win streak record. "We are going into a very crazy environment with the Aces, but I will say we're the underdogs. The pressure is all on them, and so I think how we defended the things we did in the regular season is going to be huge. And then now we just have so many new players that like a lot of people haven't seen in a long time. I'm actually kind of feeling good about it and excited for it." In the regular season, the Fever overshadowed the Aces twice in their 3 showdowns. One was a 10-point win, while the other was a 27-point thrashing. Las Vegas did manage a win, however, it was a close call of 81-89, and the team has managed to somewhat shut down A'ja Wilson. The Aces' marquee player is still able to score against the Fever, but Boston and Howard were holding their guard under the rim. They managed to shut down Wilson on the offensive rebound end, only allowing 2 in 3 games. However, with almost a new Indiana roster facing the Aces, it can go sideways really quickly. It will all depend on how Fever navigates through strategies and puts defensive stops on A'ja Wilson. And through it all, the injured Indiana bench, led by Sophie Cunningham, will be there to cheer them on. Interestingly, she's found another way to keep Fever hopes up, although in a bit of an NSFW way. Sophie Cunningham shares cheeky Indiana Fever story. In the September 19 episode of her podcast Show Me Something, Cunningham revealed that she often gets bizarre fan mail. The latest one included a request from someone who wanted her to autograph blown-up bikini photos and send them back for display at his workplace. Instead of entertaining the idea, Cunningham decided to flip the script. She explained that she collected those photos herself and turned them into a gag gift for the Fever staff, complete with handwritten notes. From the CEO to the GM, no one was spared from the hilarious surprise. "I gave our president and CEO and GM one that's like, kind of spicy, and they have no idea that it's coming, and it's gonna be hilarious." Cunningham joked that it was her way of leaving a lasting impression after a wild season. "So I might not be in the league next year, but at least I had a hell of a year this year, she admits. It's yet another example of the Indiana enforcer's bold personality shining through, ensuring she remains unforgettable in WNBA circles. The Indiana Fever will take on the Las Vegas Aces Michelob Ultra Arena on Sunday.